Hey everyone, welcome to the Simple Farmhouse. Today I'm going to show you how I made a simple DIY slipcover using bleached drop cloth. Our furniture has been through a war. We have 5 kids and 3 dogs, and we love our furniture very well. But we did not want to spend the money on a new set of furniture at this point. We like to save up for those types of things, but also waiting until our kids are a little bit older. If you know how to sew, you can come to my house and teach me. Until then, this has worked just fine for our family. So one of the reasons I love using drop cloth on so many projects around our home, including curtains, bed skirts, and also the tutorial I'm working on right now, is because it comes with seams on the edges. So if you're not super confident with sewing, you can work it so that the edges are already done for you. It bleaches nicely, it ends up being soft and linen-y, it's easy to care for, and it's extremely budget friendly. If you're not sure how to bleach drop cloth, look in the description below and I will link a short tutorial on how to do that. In the description below, I will also include where to find your drop cloth panels. First, measure your couch to see how many panels you'll need. The first step is to cover the front apron of the couch. I cut off a strip that left me about 6 to 8 inches on the top and just skimmed the floor. As you can see, the finished edge is showing, and I will pin along the top portion underneath where the pillows are going to go. Just a few pins is all it takes to keep this piece in place. The second step is to cover the back, right, Lucy? Good girl. This is a whole panel, and it reaches all the way around the back and stretches a little bit onto the arms, a foot or so on either side. Again, I have the finished edge along the bottom, just dusting the floor, and I've draped it over the top. Nice and smooth, no seams along the back, and I will pin it on this side. Yes, I'm pinning it, and it stays put. I start by pinning in the middle, and then I pull the edges to get a nice fold. It's a little hard with one hand. Let me show you. Pull tight. I would smooth if I had a second hand, and I will place a pin right about here. And do the same thing on the other side. 3 is really all I've needed, but you could add more pins if you were unsure about it staying put. I haven't had an issue. I'm going to drape a panel over the arm that touches the floor on one side and goes underneath the seat cushion by probably a foot, foot and a half. It doesn't have to be exact as long as the seat cushion is on it. And I'll tuck in where I can. That corner I will line up more evenly when I have a second hand. And I'm just going to pin from the underside there. I'll show you how I pin from the underside on the front of the arm. I have done the front of the arm several different ways. This is by far the easiest. This is a series of just a few folds, and the pin's hidden beneath the next fold. So first I'm going to tuck the excess, start on the inside portion of the arm, smooth that area, and then pinch in the middle to create the first fold. Smoothing that over, I will place a pin, and placing that pin right on the front of the arm, catching the underneath fold as well, and now this final fold will cover them both. Pinch and smooth. I try not to pull too tight so that it hangs nicely over the side. And when I found a nice drape, I will pin this pin on the inside of the arm in a place that will be hidden by the cushion, like so. And the final fold is to turn that edge in to get a nice clean finish, and I will pin along there as well. So for this method, a full uncut panel works perfectly for draping just over the arm. The other method I will show you requires a little more cutting and a lot more pinning. Let's pin this guy first so you can see what the final look is. This pin will be hidden by the seat cushion, and I will smooth out any remaining material from behind the arm underneath the seat cushion as well. Just a little fluff and a little straighten, and then I will come down and pin along this straight line as well. So I've re-straightened that fold, and now I'm lining up this bottom part with the bottom of the first piece I hung across the front of the sofa. And just double check that your hem is straight all the way across the front and around the side. And then I'm going to start pinning. I'll put some behind this area as well. I'll pin the same way that I would a dress or a shirt from behind, starting at the bottom to anchor it first, and then smoothing any gaps. I will also come back and add an extra pin to that little overhang there, but I won't show you all of that. This is going to be repeated on the other side of the couch. I'm going slow so that I can show you guys the steps, but honestly, this whole process from start to finish takes me 20 to 30 minutes. And I wash these slipcovers every 3 months. Here is the final look of the easy version of the arm. I think it looks just as good as any slipcover that you would purchase at the store, except it's half the cost. Now, let me show you how I did the pillows, and ta-da! I don't even have a back on them. So, the first time that I tried to do this, I really overdid it on the pins. I wrapped it like a present and was trying to make it smooth even on the bottom, but it turns out that you just don't need to do that with all kinds of perfect folds. As long as it's secured and the top is smooth, it's going to work out. So now I am ready for the back cushions. This couch has 2. For this part, you can either use no-sew tape that irons on, or you can use a sewing machine and just do a straight seam along 2 sides of the pillow, leaving this third side open. I'll use this pillow for reference, and we'll just pretend that this leftover curtain is drop cloth. So take a measuring tape and measure from seam to seam on your pillow to get the width, and add a few inches on both of the edges where I'm running my finger. Those places are where you're going to put your iron-on seam, and then that last edge will stay open. If you've never done it before, you flip it inside out when you're done to get that clean seam. So it looks something like this when it's done, and then I'm just going to fold in the end like this, and to hide that ugly pillow under there. You could pin this if you wanted to. I don't really have a problem unless the kids are jumping on the pillows. It pretty much stays put. So that is the easy version of the DIY slipcover. And once it's all tucked in, it looks like this. And now I will show you how to do a smoother front on your arms. So now I'm going to show you the more difficult version. It's not super difficult, but it takes some cutting and some more pinning. I have this little piece, and you can tell it's been washed a bunch of times. The edges are frayed. I could probably no-sew these edges to keep them smooth, but they will be hidden once they're pinned. Now when you do this method, you're going to first of all, pretend that my couch isn't finished. But you're going to do it upside down or inside out. You'll drape the back portion around, then you're going to pin this portion on both sides, and then you will flip it over. So this side will actually end up being on the other side of the couch with the pins on the underneath side. So I'm gonna work my way around this arm, keeping it as smooth as possible. It does take more pins than the folding method, but I think it does have a cleaner look. When you have it all pinned and flipped over, you will have one edge that is left raw, and this is the side that I will pin underneath the apron. So in this method, you're adding the apron third. You're doing the back, then the arms, then the apron. So these guys actually need to be washed. I just wanted to show you real quick before I pulled them all off. This does have a cleaner look to it, and I prefer to do it this way if we're having like a party or something. I'll just take those extra few minutes to pin it down and get this front smooth. On the average days, I just throw it on and do the drape. If you would like more videos, be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell to receive notifications.